from San Diego, California, Archie Moore versus at 174 and a half pounds, the challenger from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Harold Johnson. And from the neutral corner, your host, the undefeated world's heavyweight champion, Rocky Marciano, sparring with the trigger-wit and acid tongue, America's answer to the diet, Fat Jack Leonard.
Jack,
Yes?
we've got a lot of great fights. 39 of the greatest fights ever put on film, and I know that you're one of the best fight fans that show business has ever known.
That's true. I'm
So,
a frustrated fighter myself, you know.
I can believe that.
Yes.
Jack, I remember one thing. Coming down for the championship fight. No, I'm sorry.
Which
the
one?
Moore fight. The Archie Moore fight. The Star Spangled Banner was playing, and I didn't get to the ring yet. And there I am in the aisle. I didn't have time to get in the ring. Neither of the two participants were in the ring. And there you were sitting right there, and you were pinching my leg. Let's go get him, champ. Let's go get him.
Yeah, I remember that. I went to see you fight a kid by the name of Jersey Joe Walcott, you know, but I saw you fight him with another pretty good fighter, Frank Sinatra, you know, the Italian exclamation point.
Tell me something. Did he really fight you? Everybody thinks that, or the rumors are that he actually did fight. Now, did he fight?
Well, Frank, I don't know. He may have had a few street fights. His father was a fighter.
Oh,
and
his
his
father
uncle,
was a
yeah.
fighter,
Marty, his father was a fireman in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
He put out the swamp fires, you know.
Uh-huh.
By the way, what fight you doing tonight?
Yeah, tonight we're going to watch this Harold Johnson. He's fighting Archie Moore in the Garden, and it was the closest fight Moore ever had. In fact, Moore was losing that fight going into the 14th round.
Which is very reminiscent of the Marciano Walcott fight in Philadelphia.
All right, you are.
The time that Al Weil got in your way.
Jack, they tell me you were quite an athlete yourself. Is it
Yeah.
true you were a lifeguard?
I was a swimmer. I swam in Nisquoga and all the clubs there, and I was a lifeguard for many years. And I quit because I started to hate the people I was saving.
Jack, tell me, were you a speed
No, I was a 220 and 440, man. Played a lot of water polo.
long distance swimmer?
No, 230, 220 and 440 is pretty good, you know. That's
Do you think
180.
in your best day you could have swam the channel?
What channel?
That English channel.
Of course not. Are you kidding? I don't even want to walk it. What do you mean, swim it?
Jack, after winning the title in Philadelphia, one of the highlights that I remember was the roasting the Friars Club gave me a couple of days later, and you being the head abbot, the fellow that did most of the talking.
Well, I wasn't the abbot. The abbot was Burl at that time, and of course now the abbot is like the president of the club. Of course, you know what the Friars are. Some of the people out there may not know what it is. You see, it's composed of some of your biggest actors in the whole world. You know, Jack Benny, Milton Berle, Jack E. Leonard. And we had a lot of fun kidding you, Rock.
We sure did. I'll tell you, I was really surprised.
Of course,
I hadn't met anybody, really. You know, I had been fighting in New
Sure.
York.
After all, being in the Army, how long were you in the Army?
It was 4 years.
4 years, like everybody else. There was about 148 million other guys like you. But I'm only kidding.
I know you
Rock.
are. We had a crowd out there, incidentally, about 800 to 900 people,
That's
and there were
true,
all the
Rocky.
biggest names that were in town.
And your old manager tried to get commission off of that, too.
Yeah, I
forget
remember that
yeah,
very
many
much.
years ago.
I remember one thing you pulled, Jack. I think it might be nice to tell. You pulled out some money, and you says, Rocky, you see what this is? It's money. I said, yeah? He says, you're never going to see too much of that without a while.
Oh, no. Then I says, I noticed that your manager's wearing a cashmere suit, and you were still wearing the canvas, you know, that you picked up on those 4-rounders, you know. Incidentally, Rocky, I want to ask you a question. You know, it's a funny thing about, how tall are you? About 5'10" or something?
About 10 3/4.
Yeah, well, I remember when you had a little hair, you were 5'11" and a half. But tell me something, Rock. You know, you had a wonderful style. You know, being a student of boxing as I have throughout the years, I noticed you used to fight a guy in the first few rounds and just keep hitting him on the arms, you know. And about the 5th or 6th round, this guy'd have Charlie Horse in both arms, and he couldn't even lift his arms. That's a wonderful style, you know. How does a guy like you, for instance, if you were to give an exhibition, of course, you don't want to hurt anybody and all that sort of jazz, and you made a moving picture just recently, didn't you?
Yeah, let me show you one part I had.
Well, wait a minute. Where's this part you played in this
I
picture?
just throw 2 punches, Jack.
Well, I don't want to be both of them, you know. Well, what did you do? How's a guy like you fake a punch?
Well, here's where you go, Jack. Point it like that. then
Easy.
Point to the head. Like
That's
that.
fine. Is that all he's doing?
Only a little closer. I didn't want to take any chances.
That's very fine. Let me see how soft you are.
It's a pretty good punch.
How do you like that? He's got a belt buckle on his nerve. Hey, come on, I want to talk to you. I'll be leaving town very shortly, you know. I'm leaving the country. I'm going to Brockton, Mass.
There's the bell for the main event. A title bout for light heavyweight honors between Harold Johnson and Archie Moore. One of the closest matches ever fought. Madison Square Garden, August 11th, 1954. Let me tell you about it, as I saw it. Moore in the black trunks, Johnson in white. Moore has beaten him 3 times. Tonight, Moore had to come in at 175 pounds, and it was murder. Archie was 15 pounds overweight last week. He's been living on a meat diet, taking water only when he had to, and he misjudged himself. He committed 173 pounds today. How can he stand up? Johnson knows more like a book. He slipped that jab and countered with a nice right, as if he'd been doing it all his life. You want to know how old Moore is? He was around when Johnson's father was in the ring. Look at Moore lead with a right. You're not supposed to do that, but you throw the book out with Moore. Does he know this game? This is a classic fight. They're making it strictly with left hands. Only a sucker gets hit with a right, so these two guys are jabbing and hooking. See Archie throw off that right? He took a good left to the jaw, but he wasn't going to get hit twice. That's how knockouts come. Those second and third punches in a combination do it. I think Johnson's hands are quicker than Archie's. You have to wonder how Archie can do it. He had to kill himself to get in there tonight. Now he has to fight a kid 15 years younger than he is. And look what he's doing. He's going along as if he's ready to go the whole 15 rounds. This is a cautious fight, but it's for a lot of money. You can't blame them. Archie wants to put the bull on him now. Good left hand. Johnson ties Archie up. That's your best bet with him inside, Harold. Don't give him a chance to out-cute you in close. Will it cost Archie later on? Nothing in the world takes the strength out of you more than a miss like that. Watch it, Archie. Johnson has a real good jab. He's given more trouble with it. Harold snaps it out. He never reaches with it. Anytime you have to reach with a punch, you go off balance. That's dangerous. Moore just can't put two punches together against Harold. I think he's way off tonight. He looks slow. right to the body by Moore. Johnson can't get moving either. Every fighter has habits, and it's impossible to change them in a fight. That's why these two guys have each other stymied. They know every move that's coming. Johnson's been a tough kid all his life. He used to make some money playing semi-pro football. Then he followed his father into boxing. Only one guy has knocked Harold out, Joe Walcott. And Walcott knocked his father out too. So Harold knows older men can be dangerous. That's the way, Johnson. There's only one way to handle a left hook. Get your head down and step in and block it. Anybody who pulls away from a hook gets hurt. He caught Johnson coming in. Harold might be hurt. That's where Moore wants him, on the ropes. Johnson is keeping a step and a half, sometimes 2 steps away from Moore. Archie's best shot is to close it up, bull him into the ropes, and try and slow him down. Moore is playing games now. He might be a little tired. Good combination to the belly. That's the only way to slow a man up. Sometimes you don't feel those punches for a couple of rounds. Then all of a sudden, they catch up to you. And your breath, you can't get it. Archie, he's too far away from you. Get that left foot closer to him. You got to press this guy or he's going to keep going, and you'll be an ex-champ. Get closer. Moore is losing the early part of the fight, and he's got all those tough rounds ahead yet. Jack, what do you think of the fight so far?
Well, it's wonderful, boy. That Johnson sure can really go, boy. That's really style and everything. He's got everything.
That Archie sure had to pull this one out of the fire in the last round, but wait till you see the rest of it.
I'll bet it's very interesting.
Johnson's corner has him fighting with a plan. They keep yelling, "Easy, Harold, nice and slow." They just want to carry Moore into those late rounds. They figure he'll fall apart. right by Johnson. You can see Moore lost an awful lot of strength making the weight. He hasn't been picking off jabs or getting those combinations together. This isn't the real Moore. Nobody's hurt there, but don't let that fool you. Both these guys can punch hard enough to take you out. Johnson hasn't gone for any of Moore's feints all night. He knows them all. It's your fight so far, Harold. Look at this Johnson. I'm telling you, I don't think I've seen a harder guy to hit than this. It's no accident Moore hasn't belted him yet. Johnson moves that head a little, ducks into a punch, smothers it, stops you with a jab. This is just a great fighter. Good right. Another. Moore is taking his best shot. He's got to fight for his life. He's behind, and if he loses, he may not ever get another big payday. Archie needs the cash, but you got a tough road tonight, Moore. Good hook by Johnson. Keep that hand out there, Harold. He wants to throw those rights. Before the fight, Moore was kidding. Johnson's a very good fighter. I keep telling people that every time I beat him. But you can see he's worried now. In the corner, he's been taking big breaths and shaking off advice. Nothing has been working for him. This is the first time Johnson has gone over 10 rounds. It's been on his mind. I know that. Don't think about it anymore, Harold. You look good for 20 tonight. That's Moore's best punch so far. Johnson looks like he's in trouble. Get him, Archie. Terrific right. Goldstein is making a mistake there. There's no mandatory count in a title fight. Goldstein might have cost Johnson a fortune in that round. Try and yank on his arms, Archie. You gotta get him tired. Trying to get Johnson to lead to him, but Harold won't bite. You never lead to a puncher, and Harold is taking no chances. He's a couple of rounds away from more money than he ever knew about. Moore's face must be burning from all those left jabs he's been taking. Believe me, I know there isn't a punch in the book that hurts you like a stiff jab on the nose. Moore's caught plenty of them. defense by Johnson. He seems impossible to hit. Moore keeps missing him with those rights. You got to step into this guy more. Archie, he's keeping too much distance on you. Moore leads with a right again. He's got to get a knockout or he'll be through. He's desperate. This is the only business he knows. He's never turned a quarter anyplace else in his life. They both seem a little tired now. Look out, Harold. Keep checking those hands. When you get tired, they drop and you don't even know it. Good right hand by Moore. I'm beginning to think Johnson is starting to get real tired. Harold's hands don't have all the speed they did earlier. Look at Moore stealing a rest. That's a cute old pro. He's leaning all over Johnson. He's letting Harold hold up both of them. Does that kill you late in the fight? Good left to the body by Johnson, but he's dropping the hands after he punches. Keep him high, Harold. Don't get tired here. Moore's setting up the right. There it is. Johnson is shaky. When you look at this Moore, you'd expect him to be on perfect. I think he's fought himself into a second win. Nobody expected this. Johnson is tired. Harold. Moore's jabs are setting up a right. Look at him. You've got him, Archie. There. A great... Johnson's getting up. And Goldstein's making another mistake. He's giving him an 8 count. Archie hit him now. Johnson's shot. Watch him, Goldstein. That's right. Look at Moore. He had to pull it out or he was through. He did. He won it. A real pro. Let me tell you something about this fight, Jack. Archie Moore was way behind. I told him in his corner that he was losing the fight because he was in the 14th round. Archie came out and knocked the man out to win the fight.
Oh, sure, he was a very good fighter.
Jack, you're known as a comedian's comedian. Another way of saying you're a main eventer. You've learned to keep punching. So this little memento, a pair of golden gloves, was inspired by men like you. I couldn't be more delighted to give it to you. Remember, keep punching.
I want to thank you ever so much for this very wonderful little plaque.
The bigger they are, the nicer they are. And you can make it as easy as they did. Just remember, keep your left hand high, chin down, and keep punching.